How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be completing the postseason and finest event, at least this first one, and I'm going to be unlocking the 99 overall finest Pete Alonso. Before I get into some event highlights, I did play a couple viewer games recently, so I wanted to kind of include a couple viewer games as well as talk a little bit about an adjustment that I was able to kind of make during my stream. I noticed I had been moving the PCI too much as the pitch was coming in the zone. Once the pitcher released the ball, as the ball was traveling to the plate, I was kind of moving the PCI around too much. I noticed that, and I tried to make that adjustment, try to sit in one spot of the zone and go ahead and just barely move it as the pitch is coming through. I wanted to focus on that, and it seemed to work out for me. Towards the middle of the stream, I was kind of in a little bit of a slump, and then I started to kind of get something rolling here. So we are able to put up a few runs here. We're going up against Game, and he is an amazing player. We had an opportunity to continue to score a couple runs, but he gets the Willie Mays animation right there. That's only the second time I've ever seen that, so I wanted to include that animation in this video. I left Griffey in. He was my pinch hitter. I accidentally pressed circle when it asked me to take him out, and I had to pitch with him. So we gave up a solo shot there to Cody Bellinger. That card is amazing, and anytime you're using a position player, it's pretty much a home run, unless you are able to get lucky and get some good feedback on your pitch. Game is an amazing player, and he will go ahead and hit another one out, and that makes it a 5-2 game. He's starting to chip away here with some solo shots. If he was able to get a couple base hits in between, then he would have been able to, come back and tie the game up in that last inning. I put up 5, he responded with 3, so now I'm looking to try and expand that lead a little bit. I also made an adjustment to my batting lineup with moving up Babe Ruth to the leadoff spot, moving Honus down to the 6 or the 7 spot, and kind of just moving everyone else up 1. I noticed that I hit a little bit better when I lead off with a lefty, regardless if I'm hitting lefty-lefty or not. It's just something that gets me in a rhythm at the plate, and Babe Ruth has 125 against both sides, so that's definitely the card I would like to lead off with. He also has 64 speed. We'll go ahead and hop into the second game here. This is also a viewer game. That's why Babe Ruth is in the leadoff spot, ripping a base hit, but this opponent is very good at the game as well. We're going up against V Cash Out, and as you can see, he has a 12-0 banner. I'm pretty sure he's playing on his brother's account, though, so you never really know who you're playing against. You know that saying where he passes his controller off to his brother? Well, that wasn't the case in this game because he was playing on his brother's account, but definitely a good opponent, as well as wanted to thank him for tuning into the stream. Finally gets a chance to play against me, and honestly probably should have been up in this game. He had that fly out to the warning track to lead off the game for him, and I was able to kind of score a couple runs here in the first inning on my half. So I get lucky with a nice home run here from Lou Gehrig. I was certainly under this ball. Good okay contact. I'll go ahead and show you guys the PCI placement. I have no idea how hits like these go out for home runs. I'm not sure what the pitch feedback was like, but by any means that should not be a home run at all. Anyway, we are up 4-0, and I know that he can hit. I know that he's a good opponent. He has Christian Yelich up at the plate. I threw a curveball. I had the matchup I wanted. Madison Bumgarner facing a lefty, Christian Yelich. However, this was the second inning of work for Madison Bumgarner, so he started to lose a little bit of stamina. I also hung that curveball, and he didn't miss it. This one could have easily been a base hit down the line. I threw a fastball over the middle of the plate. George Springer hits a rocket to Lou Gehrig. He knocks it down. Very same thing here with Ozzie Albies. I probably shouldn't have been pitching with Andrew Miller in that situation against Ozzie Albies. He crushes lefties, but I was able to get lucky. I got a nice ground ball to the shortstop, actually a one-hopper. That was a laser, but I'm able to expand the lead a little bit later on in the game, got a couple base knocks, and then something with Ted Williams. Wanted to focus mainly on the highlights for this video. He was definitely able to hit. He probably should have had a couple runs scored. That should have been a home run most likely. I mean, Jason Giambi has 120 power. I didn't really spot up that pitch to the best of my ability, but we are able to close this one out. Got him to chase a little bit there. Now we're going to go ahead and hop into the event. We're right in the middle of a game. We need about 5 more wins. I'm sitting at 15 total wins for this event, and once I get up to 20, I will be able to unlock that 4th voucher, the final voucher for this first postseason and finest event. I believe the next event will be Signature Series players as well as finest, and that will be pretty nice. I wanted to try and unlock the Pete Alonso in this first one, if you are not able to, you will still be able to unlock him during the second one as long as you get enough vouchers. I think for each event, you will be able to unlock 4 vouchers, and there will be 3 different events. So we are able to get a little bit lucky in these games. I mean, I was under some of these pitches. They carried a little bit to right field off that tall wall and right, playing at Orioles field. I'm not really sure why he would pick this field if he's just trying to hop into a game as quickly as possible. I noticed that sometimes during the event games or BR, I will play more often at this field, people just trying to get into the games as quickly as possible. But we were able to kind of get something going here. Had a rough start to this game. Didn't really hit the ball that great, but finally able to start squaring it up. Got a little bit lucky as well with some poor hits and some poor PCI placement that resulted in doubles, extra base hits off the wall, and sending one up the middle with Jeff McNeil. He actually started off this inning, batted around in the lineup, and we brought up Danny Santana once again. I just recently pulled this card from playing the event. I was able to get to 140 program stars. I got a set 2 guaranteed finest pack and unlocked that Danny Santana. If you guys have been keeping up with my event team, I started off with some silvers in the lineup. I started off with a few bad players in there, some postseasons, only a couple flashbacks, or only a couple finest cards in the lineup. And after unlocking the Bellinger, I was able to sell him, kind of build up my team a little bit. We have the Carlos Gonzalez postseason version, pinch hitting for us off the bench. It kind of gave me some more options to go ahead and pinch hit with. I had Fred McGriff on the bench, Carlos Gonzalez, as well as Dante Bichette. Those were kind of my 3 main hitters. I recently picked up this Eugenio Suarez, and since picking him up, he has done a lot of damage for me in this event. I knew that because of his swing type, he has that short, two-handed, compact swing. I knew that I would be able to perform a little bit better with that type of hitter than some of the other guys I was using. This Max Muncy has also been a great addition. I was really good with the other versions of Max Muncy in this game. I like the Live Series card. I used the All-Star Game version a couple times in various events, so I really wanted to try the finest version of Max Muncy out, and he's even better, and he's really good in general. Just a solid second baseman. He can play some other positions. Got a little bit lucky in this game as well. The opponent made an error. I was able to score on that, and probably could have hit this one out. He had some opportunities in this game. I have the Brian Anderson card in right field. Doesn't really have the best speed, but he is my best fielder along with Victor Robles. But after a base hit from Robles, I was able to go to Fred McGriff off the bench. We were facing a righty. He went to the bullpen and brought in the postseason Patrick Corbin, which is a card I've seen quite a bit in this event. He's a really good pitcher. He has a really good differential on a lot of his pitches. I still have yet to get him, but I'm thinking now, after facing him quite a few times, that I think I need to go ahead and grind out those moments to go ahead and unlock that card. But we get a double play to end the game. Kind of a crazy play, starting off this next game here with Kyle Schwarber. I moved Kyle Schwarber up to the leadoff spot simply because I was using Pedro Alvarez there earlier. I moved him to the bench, so that's another hitter that I can go ahead and use as well, but I already have 2 other solid lefties. That card has lower vision, but started to sit on a certain pitch. I mentioned that a little bit earlier in the video. Started to sit and kind of react a little bit, not move the PCI as much. And it seemed to be working out. I was scoring many more runs in these games. I was able to hit the ball consistently, square it up. I was able to hit it hard. Here we get one down the line. It's going to result in a single because Yasmani Grandal is one of the slowest players in the entire game, but we move up to third base with Max Muncy. Brian Anderson is going to pick up the team after I had a couple brutal outs with guys in scoring position. I was not able to score him until I hit that 3-run shot. So that was a pretty big hit. There were 2 outs in the inning, but this opponent is not done. I mean, he's going to be able to get a couple base knocks throughout this game, get a couple base runners, and have a chance to chip away at the 5-0 deficit. But I thought that he could have hit this one out with Ketel Marte. This card has done a lot of damage against me. That card's one of the better, finest players in the game, as well as Bellinger's probably the best one. He's right up there, though, because of his switch hitting capability. We'll go ahead and get into another event game. Basically, I was able to get kind of on a streak here up until this point. I've won 3 in a row, trying to finish off these last couple of games. I started that last one off with a 2-run shot from Eugenio Suarez, and then the opponent ended up quitting out right after that hit. So we got the win. We're up to 19 wins. We got 4 wins in a row on a 4-0 streak. I kind of matched up with a couple people that I knew, send them a friendly quit, or they sent me a friendly quit, and I accepted it simply because I recognized their username. Some of the people were a part of the stream as well, accidentally matched up and whatnot. So I wanted to try and avoid that. I wanted to go up against people that I didn't necessarily know or that, you know, wanted to play. So we take an early lead in this one. We give up a home run to Nolan Arenado, I believe, and this guy's definitely a good player. He's got some really nice uniforms. He's got the Superman superhero uniforms. I really like them. A lot of great color in those ones, but we get the fly out to end the game. Now we're going to go ahead and collect all 4 vouchers for the Pete Alonso, completing the postseason and finest event part 1. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm College Lefty. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.